And I got to thinking about that not many crowd. Automatically, when you're talking about, regardless of what you're talking about, if it's, whether it be hubcaps or cars or people or whatever you'd mention, if I'd say there's not many of them, that automatically tells you there's just a few.
That's right.
It's not an overabundance of it. And it's not going to be a long supply of it. And so you better take advantage of it and better appreciate it while you got it.
Yes, sir.
And so like the Lord said, not many mighty men were ever called. There was only one Samson. Only one Samson. Wasn't many of them, just ones. All it was, there wasn't very many Davids. There's just one. Wasn't very many Jeremiah, the weeping prophets. There ain't very many prophets who weep at all. There's a lot of prophets, but there's only one weeping prophet. And there's not many of a lot of things that God calls. And you know, when I started my early ministry, I ain't going to preach, but I just want to leave a thought, if that's all right. And I don't want to take up your time. I know you came to hear Brother West. But you know, it's funny how coming over the mountain, as I got thinking about this, the Lord just kept stirring in my spirit. And told me to share this. I didn't have no idea I'd even get here in time to share it with anybody because of the way things are going. And the Lord impressed me to share this with you all tonight. And 2 or 3 times I started just turning and go back. I said, God, I'll never get there. The way things is going tonight, locked up in traffic and everything, I'm never going to get there. But the Lord impressed me to share this with you. And He said, there are people that will be in that tent tonight that have got to hear this very thought. And you know, there's a lot of times in my early ministry, I wanted to be with the big crowd. I wanted to be where the big numbers were. I used to think, buddy, if they wasn't a big crowd, man, they just wasn't happening. It just wasn't getting the job done. But you know, I found out something. It didn't take me a long time to figure it out. That, like I said, one David, one Jeremiah, one Solomon, that very few of the different kinds of men that you look around, and then you get to looking at the big, huge crowds that was in there in the Bible. There wasn't very many of them. There just wasn't very many at all. The Pharisees had a big following. The scribes had a big following. The Sadducees had a massive following, but there wasn't very many following Jesus. According to the size of the crowds and size of the ministries and stuff, they just wasn't very many wanted to hear what he had to say. There was a whole lot wanted to eat the loaves and the fishes, but there wasn't very many wanted to hear the word of the Lord. As long as he is performing miracles and raising the dead and giving sight to the blind and crippled people getting up and walking, and he is handing out 5 loaves and 2 fishes feeding multitudes, they loved that. But when it come right down to where the rubber meets the road and he said, now this is the way I want you to walk, they took off. There wasn't very many left. There was a massive multitude on the hillside while they was eating the loaves and the fishes, but there wasn't very many in Gethsemane. There was a multitude out there when they was seeing all the miracles taking place, but there wasn't very many at Calvary. There wasn't very many that was able to go the rest of the way. And Jesus said, I've got a cup that I've got to drink of. And he asked me, he said, are you ready to drink of this cup that I've got? They wasn't very many wanted to drink of that cup. There's a lot of people wanted to be religious, but not very many wanted to walk with him. A lot of people wanted to know him in the power of his resurrection. Not very many wanted to know him in the fellowship of his suffering. A lot of people want to shout, but not too many people want to hold up and glorify God when all hell's breaking right down their shirt collar, when they're about ready to lose their car, the home's about to be repossessed, and everything's caving in. But I'll tell you something else. When you get to thinking about it, Jesus said, straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And you know what that tells me? Not many. They ain't many going to find it. They ain't many going to make it in. And I'd just like to be among that not many crowd. I'd like to be among that not many crowd where Jesus said, there's not many noble called. But he didn't say there wasn't any noble. He just said not many of them going to be called. Not many mighty men. There wasn't very many Samsons, but at least, don't you know it'd be good to be able to say, at least I'm one of them that is like Samson. Not very many weeping prophets, but God, I'd like to be able to bow down and cry every once in a while over a lost soul. God have mercy on a man that can look at Varney, West Virginia through dry eyes. God have mercy on anybody that can hear of the homosexuality and the perversion and the sin and the ungodliness that's going through this country, Atlanta, Georgia, New York City, and all over the place, and then sit around like we don't need revival. God help us when we can see churches that dying on the vine, people that used to have the power of God and casting out devils, and now, dear God, they sent them to the psychiatrist. They used to pray for the sick. Now they send them to the best surgeon in town. It used to be that we used to believe in fasting. Now we believe in feasting. It used to be that people used to have the old time Holy Ghost and fire when they preached the gospel. Men come to the altar and they cried and they wept and they prayed and they went home and they made up with a wife instead of going out with somebody else's. It used to be they'd go back home to their children and love their boy and their girl instead of spending their money on booze. It used to be that a little trip to the altar would make a man straighten up and live right. My God, a lot of people today, they come to the altar right now and tomorrow they're drunk again. God help us. But there's a few people that when they come to the altar, they're getting something. It might not be everybody in the multitudes. There's a lot of ministers say, we just had 50,000 conversions. I hope that's true, but I'm not too sure it really is in a lot of cases. Because, buddy, I just seem like I just can't hardly grasp it in my heart. Just now I lay me down to sleep prayers is getting the job done. You can watch on television some of the people in their massive altar calls. Why, dear God, they ain't broken hearted. They don't have contrite spirits. They're standing there popping their bubble gum and repeating after somebody else. But oh God, you know why? Because preachers all over this country are telling people that that's the way. And how many people today are telling them the old-fashioned way, the old-time knee-route way? Not very many. But you know what? That's what it's going to take. It's going to take an old-fashioned preacher that ain't ashamed to tell somebody, hey, buddy, when you get saved, you're going to put the booze aside. When you get saved, the dope, you don't have to go down here and let somebody dry you out. Jesus will take it out of you. When you really get the old-time Holy Ghost, honey, you'll love your neighbor as yourself. You'll love your wife. You'll love your children. You'll love your neighbors. You'll even love your enemies. There ain't nobody in the world would have made me love my enemies. I didn't even hardly love my friends. I hated everybody. But when I got the Holy Ghost, hallelujah to God, He took a switchblade out of my hand and put the sword of the Spirit in it, took the booze out of my blood system and put the new wine in there. Hallelujah. Took hate out of it, put joy in there. Used to, I wasn't happy about nothing. I sang from the time I got up to the time I went to bed, had to have a pill to get up and a pill to go to bed, and drunk day in and day out. But now, dear God, I ain't quit drinking, just switched fountains. And I got a new fountain, brother. Hallelujah. And I don't care what anybody says in West Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, or anywhere else. Honey, that old knee-right way is still good today. Amen. We don't need a new way. All we got to have is the old way. The old way, the old landmark, the old path, old-fashioned preaching, old-fashioned crying loud and sparing not, old-fashioned hand clapping, old-fashioned dancing, old-fashioned jumping up and down and praising God. A lot of people say we all crazy. Well, maybe we are, but dear God, let us have fun at it. Honey, I never felt so good in all the days of my life. Boone's Farm wine ain't never made me feel the way I feel tonight. Jack Daniels ain't never seen a day he'd make me as high as I am right now. Hallelujah. And I'm telling you what, a lot of people say, well, my God, you don't know what you're missing. I know just exactly what I'm missing. Amen. When they put the billboards out here and they put the beautiful girl out there with a cigarette in one hand, booze in the other hand, and got her walking down a sandy beach, you know what they don't tell you? They're trying to make you think the booze is the way to go, and the cigarettes is the way to go, and the hell hose is the way to go. But I wish they'd pass a law that they'd have to put the flip side on the other side of that billboard and let you see her when she's laying in an intensive care unit with lung cancer because of them cigarettes. I wish they'd make them put her picture up there swelled up like a pumpkin because of cirrhosis of the liver. I wish the devil would have to put the other side of that on the flip side. I'm missing cirrhosis of the liver. I'm missing lung cancer. I'm missing a bullet through my head. I'm missing having my guts cut out. I'm missing prison. I'm missing jail. I'm missing hell. I know what I'm missing. Hallelujah. I don't regret a night that I have missed in the bar. I don't regret a night that I missed. Amen to God. I've seen gang fights that I've been in with 250 men on my side, brother. 250 of us are cutting and a shooting and a fighting like wild men. Remember, there was 400 or 500 men one night as we tangled my gang against another gang. It took me years to work my way up to the leader of that gang. But when I got there, I said, I'll tell you one thing, there ain't a man in this gang that's going to run. If you do, so help me, if I live through the fight, I'll track you down and I'll kill you myself. And buddy, we meant it. There was men that had, stuck knives clean to the handles in some of my own friends because they started to run and leave us holding the bag. But you know what? I saw something out there, buddy. We had a camaraderie. We had a togetherness. And buddy, when all hell come down against us, buddy, we'd back up, back to back, shoulder to shoulder, and say, listen, if you get him, you're going through me to get to him. If you take us down, you're taking us all down. We bucked up against a big motorcycle gang one night, 250 of us, I guess several hundred of them, and buddy, when the smoke cleared away, men was a bleeding and a dying all over the place. Some of them, their heads shot about half off. Men's guts were hanging to their knees, teeth all over the highways, and buddy, I mean to tell you, they wasn't a window in a car, and the motorcycles are burning and everything, but it was all hell breaking loose down there. But we made it through some way, somehow. But you know what I found out? But we had a glue, we had a uniting among us in that gang that I'm not found in very many Christian circles. Amen to God. Most Christian people today, they seem like God called them to be a spiritual Jesse James and to shoot down every preacher they can, talk about every Sunday school teacher they can, and lie about every Christian they can. And God didn't call us to shoot down our brother, but God called us to back up shoulder to shoulder and back to back and say, if you get him, you're going through me. That's my buddy. That's my preacher. That's the saint of God. Hallelujah. Honey, I was proud to be one of the road devils. I was proud of it. And I wore my colors proud. And I'd look around and skull and crossbones on my back. And I'd say, I'm a road devil, and I don't care who knows it. But you know what? God took me out of the road devils, and he put a Bible in my hand and the Holy Ghost in my heart. Hallelujah. And I'm glad of it. And I'm not ashamed to stand for Jesus. Somebody say amen. Hallelujah to the Lamb. And you know what? I didn't come to talk about nobody. Didn't come to put nobody down. But buddy, you know what we need in the ministry today? Backups. Shoulder to shoulder, side to side, and say, listen, you're a Jesus man. I'm a Jesus man. Hallelujah. And I ain't going to talk about you. I ain't going to lie on you, but I'm going to fight for my brother. I'm going to hold up the bloodstained banner. Hallelujah. My God, I said I wasn't going to preach, but I just can't help myself right here. Hallelujah. Somebody say amen. This ain't going to cost you a thing. This is just a testimony. Amen. God help how many of y'all tonight? How many of y'all have seen people all over this country talking about each other? One church talks about another church, one saint talks about another saint, one preacher talks about another preacher. And how many people do you know today that'll do good for evil? Not many. How many will pray for them that despitefully use them? Not many. How many of you know that'll bless them that curse them? Not very many. But God's got a few. God's got a few. Hallelujah. And let me tell you something. The Lord spoke to me coming over that mountain, and he said in that tent tonight, there's people that are among that not many. There's people, how many people do you know today that will travel 4 and 5 hours? Some of you ladies have got husbands that think you're out of your mind because you don't want to go to the first church of the deep freeze that's 2 blocks away, and you'll drive across a mountain in dangerous territory to go hear a Jesus man. And my God, people are saying, what's wrong with you? Are you out of your mind? No, you're just one of that not many. You're one of them that ain't satisfied in a deep freeze. You're one of them that ain't wanting to go to a funeral home. You're wanting to go to church. You're one of them that don't want to go to sleep, but you want to shout and praise God, and you want to see the fire of the Almighty God fall in like rain. Hallelujah. And God's got some of that not many in here. It might not be a great big crowd, but it don't take a big crowd. Jesus said if two of you would agree on earth as touching anything, he said, you just ask and I'll do it. I dare that lop-eared, beady-eyed devil to deny that. He ain't got a chance. You know what God's saying? If 2 of my not many crowd, if 2 of them little Jesus women, if 2 of them little Jesus men can get together and agree on something, I'll do it. And the devil can't stop it. I want you to know, beady-eyed devil, the word of God's put a serve notice on you. If 2 of the not many can get together and pray in one mind and one accord, devil, you will flee. You will not argue. me, Jesus. I feel like I'm on fire at both ends tonight. God help me, Jesus. Feel like my tongue's flapping on both ends, or loose on both ends, flapping in the middle.